Hi, this is Brian Icenhower, and I am here today with Josh Wells. Josh, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Josh is the sales and expansion director for the ED Waters Network. They're an amazing real estate team, and I've had the pleasure of coaching them and Josh for multiple years, just about 4 years now. And Josh is really in charge of all the sales training, the accountability, and the recruiting for this team. And this team sells about 450 units per year. And they're in multiple locations throughout the Midwest. And I think a big part of their success and their growth year over year, not just in agent count, but in production and total sales volume sold, is a lot of what Josh has been doing with the team and the success of the agents. And I know a lot of agents will come to our coaching company and to us because the agents on their team aren't producing a lot. And the lead agent of the team is still producing the vast majority of the production of the team, and that is not at all the case with you, is it, Josh?
No, ours is a little bit different. Our actual team leader really isn't in production now, unless it's a family friend or a real close client. Yeah, doesn't sell anymore. It's all on the agents now.
Yeah, and the agents do quite well. Yeah, at 450 units a year, just for those of you who can't imagine that, your administrative staff. How many administrative staff members do you have?
We have 5 full-time staff members right now, broken down into transaction coordinators, listing director. We have an in-house media production guy. So yeah, we've got 5 guys right now.
5 guys, right? And you need them because you've always got about 50 to 70 units pending at any given time, which is pretty impressive. Even in the slow months during the winter, you still got 50 pending typically.
Yeah, yeah. So shooting this now, it's January time. Yeah, we've got 50 penned in. December was one of our biggest months. So yeah, we try and keep pushing it all throughout the year.
Yep. Well, let's talk about how you push it and how you guys do such an amazing job of getting the agents on your team to produce. And it's one of the reasons I asked you to take this time and kind of make it public so people could kind of see that it's possible. So hopefully we give a lot of hope here to those team leaders out there trying to really increase the production of the agents on their team. Let's talk about your agent production. You got 27 active agents, correct?
Yeah, 27 active agents, and the experience is vast. I mean, we have some guys that have been in the business 15 plus years. We got some brand new guys. On average, I mean, we got some guys that sell 60, 65 homes a year, but on average, we know our agents sell around 37 units per year.
That is phenomenal. Yeah, 37 units per year, and that is a very, very good number out there. What is that in gross commission income? What type of number does
Uh,
that generate?
it's right around 236,000 GCI.
So the average agent on your real estate team generates 236,000 plus in gross commission income, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Um, So yeah, okay. Now, and a lot of that comes with you also bring on newly licensed agents, right? That's been something that you've been doing a lot more of too. And I think a lot of the reason that we create such successful experienced agents is your newly licensed agents and how quickly you get them into production and up and running.
Yep.
Is absolutely amazing. So tell us those numbers. Tell us the averages for your newly licensed agents in their first year.
So new licensees, now we've been doing it for a couple of years and we've expanded into multiple locations. We know now new licensees, they're going to sell right around 21, 22 transactions in their first year with us. And that's fresh out of school, never sold a home before in their life.
Yeah, that I mean, okay, gross commission income on that?
That's around 149, 150,000.
So yeah, I mean, just imagine out there if you're a team leader trying to recruit to your team and you could meet with newly licensed agents and say, hey, our average agent is going to generate $149,000 in gross commission income that's the average agent in their first year is going to generate 149,000 in GCI and sell 21, 22 houses in their first year.
Yeah.
And now you can see with that kind of start, it's very easy to get up to that 37 unit per year average that you have with your big productions. They get there in a hurry.
Yeah.
They get there in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that with working with you, like when we set our goals for next year, we set some recruiting goals in there too, right? So, and a lot of that is, hey, we need to get some more agents because we need their production, their increased production, to be able to grow, to hit the team's goals, if the team's goals, which they always are quite a bit higher than the previous year. And in order to do that, usually it's like, well, we better hurry up and get them now, and maybe we'll get some transaction out of them. But with you, when you bring them on, I mean, we can count on 20 plus transactions out of these new agents. So if you want to increase production by by 100 transactions a year, we know we need 5 more agents.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of with the training we've been doing with you and your company there. I mean, the recruits we bring in now, the standard of recruits that we bring in now, I mean, we're just trying to top grade that level year after year. And we're very particular now on who we bring in and what the standards are. And yeah, I mean, we're new into the expansion game, basically. I've only been doing it 2 or 3 years, but year over year, it's getting better. We can see the level is just getting better and better, and the agents' production's getting better and better. And yeah, it's starting to work really well for us.
Great. Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about when a new agent joins your team, a new licensee. You've got a pretty stringent onboarding schedule for them, right?
Yes, yeah. So we kind of customize it. So with the training calendar we have, if it's a brand new agent, we have it every single day over about a 2-week period. If it's a more experienced agent, we kind of customize it a little bit because they may not need to sit down and learn how to write a contract. But yeah, we have it set in place. They know, for at least 4 or 5 hours a day, they're going to be doing X, Y, and Z for the first 2 weeks. But on top of that, we also have the expectation of making contacts, getting names in databases, and because training's great, but they need to make money. So we need to get them up and selling right away.
Yeah, what I like about the agent onboarding training calendar you have, it's not just a checklist. I mean, this is a little calendar, right? So when they come on board, they know that they're supposed to be, there are time blocks set. So there's a when behind when they need to get things done. So they know from 8:30 in the morning, let's say, to 10 o'clock, they're working on their sphere of influence, getting contacts together, reaching out and contacting them, getting all their updated contact information together, getting it up into your CRM. And they know when they should be doing that. They know when they should be doing lead follow-up. They know then, and you've got them all taking courses in our online learning center at ICC.
Yeah.
So everybody on your team has logins to that.
Yeah, and to touch on that, I mean, every single agent will do the DISC course and the SOI course. And as we're growing, as you can imagine, and the success we're having, we do get a lot of agents that reach out, wanting to join the team. And culture is one of the biggest things for us. So sometimes we're not ready to hire right away. But if we know we have someone that could be a good potential agent, we'll have them go and do that SOI and DISC course before they even join our team, because we want to add value. We want to help their business. And, if they join our team later on down the line, it's a good time, great. But if not, we've given some value to them as well. And that's the main thing.
That's great. So and I love how a lot of your stuff is self-managed too, right? So they're logging in, they're taking the 17 modules in the Sphere of Influence course. So it's not necessarily coming from you. They're hearing it from us, so that they start to know, okay, this is what I need to be doing, and here's how I do it, right? So they're learning how to reach out to their SOI, how to contact it, why they grow it, because you make sure that the agents on your team are also bringing business to the team too, and growing their own business within your team systems and tools.
And yeah, that was one of our big pushes this year, just with the way market shifts, is we're trying to get more COI based. We're doing a lot more campaigns and client events and things for COI people, and we're starting to notice that now. I mean, in January, when we wrote 32, 33 contracts, I think 19 of them were COI. So awesome. Now we're really trying to get that percentage up, because we can use more money instead of spending on leads, pouring that into our COI database, doing more events, and the agents love that.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I think when anybody gets their real estate license, they don't envision themselves receiving leads from other people or being telemarketers to try to get leads. Not that that's bad, don't get me wrong, but they all, everybody needs that to supplement their business. But I think they envision themselves growing their own successful real estate business and receiving referrals from the people they know. And if you help them do that by holding them accountable to learning it, to doing it every single day, and to making sure they get it done, and then they can use the team structure, support, client events, CRM, admin support.
That's the main thing. It's sustainable. So leads, they go like this. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Clients, your personal COI, they're always going to be around. If you do a good job and you love on them, they're going to be referring you a lot of business. So that's our main focus right now.
Yeah, that's great. And you also, in your training calendar, you hold some mastermind sessions with them too, especially with the new agents, right?
Yep. So we've broken down now because of our locations. We have 3 masterminds in a week. It's normally the same topic, but the North guys go one day, the South guys, and then Kansas. And like last week, weather in Missouri isn't always great, so the snow hit. So we jumped on a Google Hangout. We had 8, 9 agents on there, and we go over that topic. And that's one of the expectations for the agents. And just where we've done it, like I said, a while now on the recruiting, we know that we don't want them just to go to training for the sake of training. We have them doing it because we know that, and the contacts that we require from them and things like that, we know that's going to get them the 22, 23 contracts in their first year. So that's why it's in place, because we can now track it.
Yeah, well, success does leave clues. So it's kind of hard, that's the neat thing about what you got going. And I think that makes you the envy of a lot of real estate teams out there, is that you've got these walking, talking testimonials that are on your team. I mean, you have virtual like superstars on the team, some of them selling 40, 50, 60 homes a year. And they've done these things, they put the work in. So it's very easy for the newer agents to see, hey, it definitely works. It's kind of hard to fight that. Yeah. And one of the other things you do is you hold them accountable to all their numbers, right? You have a scoreboard.
We've been working with you guys on our scoreboard, and I would say the middle of last year is when we changed our scoreboard completely. Right. We went from what we used to be doing to the new one. Everyone loves it. I mean, it has a bit more accountability on there. Agents are now passionate about it because they can see other agents stuff. So, some of our top salespeople that are selling 15, 16 million in volume a year, the new guys that come on at 0, they're seeing that, and they're asking questions. How can I get to that? They're wanting to shadow those guys because they want to learn, because they know it's possible. So it's really good to see.
Yeah, and they get to see, like, how many, there's expectations you guys have for how many people they should be adding to their sphere of influence, or their COI, their center of influence, every single week. Mm-hmm. How many times they're contacting members of their SOI to stay in front of them constantly every single week. And so those activities that you've got that you require them to do, we're holding them accountable on that scoreboard, and then the results start to show up on the scoreboard as well too, which I think you talked about, which is so neat. Well, Josh, let me tell you, I really appreciate having you on there and taking the time with me today, because I think you're going to give a lot of people hope that you can get agents producing and bringing business to a real estate team, as well as converting business that the team provides them, by getting good training systems up in place and ensuring their success. So thanks again.
No problem. Thanks for having me.